Alright guys, I'm back again with another Is It Worth It in 2016 video. I'm super annoying with these, but these do really well, so I figured I'd do another one, and this one is for the iPhone 6. Now, it came out September 19th, 2014, and it's almost 2 years old now, so I figured I would do a revisited video, and honestly, it held up so well. It hasn't bent. I've seen a lot of photos, believe it or not, of an iPhone 6's bending. This one did not bend, fortunately. It did have a case on though, so keep that in mind. All of the buttons still work. There's no flaws in buttons or anything, and we've had it for about a year and a half, but it's been sitting idle for about 4 months now. It still works 100%. It is a bit dirty though, so you might want to take a napkin and clean it off every once in a while. Now, it has a 1 GB of RAM, and it's not really future-proof in my opinion, and it isn't necessarily bad either, but it can be if you're a super heavy user. Fortunately for me, I'm not a really heavy user, so it really never closed apps in the background, but if you are a heavy user, let me know if it actually closes apps in the background or something in day-to-day usage. I'd really like to know that. Gaming is also fine. Here I'm playing Temple Run. I know it's not a graphically intensive game, but it is 3D. It plays it well, no stutters or anything, so I think if you're a casual gamer, it'll definitely work out perfectly fine for you. So speed and power is still decent. It's nothing crazy, but it will probably get the job done depending on if you're a super heavy user, if you're a casual user. Camera is still beautiful. It takes beautiful photos and videos. It has tons of features. I think you guys already know what features it has, so I'm not even going to go into detail about that. But the camera hump on the back is so ugly. I really don't know why they put that in. Like, they could have literally like filled out that gap with battery. They could have like put extra features, more memory. I don't know. They could have done they could have done a lot of other things. That camera hump is just so nasty, and every time you set it down, it always like wobbles. Hopefully with the iPhone 7 they will fix that. I'm not really sure though. Battery is still somewhat decent. It's around 1800 milliamps, so it's not really big at all, but the iOS software doesn't really demand that much power or usage from the battery in order to keep it running, so there is that. But it definitely, I know a lot of friends who have iPhone 6s. I personally have an iPhone 6 Plus, so the battery is actually pretty good on it. But the iPhone 6s, I know a lot of friends that have to charge their phone multiple times in a day, and some even carry their chargers around to school or university. Now, there are a few parts in this phone that people might not like. It has a 4.7 inch screen. That might be too big for some people, and that might be too small for some people. For me personally, it's kind of on the small end, and to some people it's just right. So you kind of have to figure out what type of person you are and then get a phone corresponding to that size. It has a downward facing speaker as well, so it's not front facing. It does get pretty loud, and it's not that bad. And most importantly, the biggest con of this is that it's still kind of expensive. Went onto eBay and I clicked on completed listing, and I found the first one that sold. Now, this one sold like 2 days ago, and it's a 16 gigabyte one. It's the iPhone 6, not even the 6S, it's a 6, and this one sold for $475. I'm not really sure why these are still going for this expensive. It's almost 2 years old. The biggest problem I have with this is that this is the 16 gigabyte version and somebody actually bought it. If you're going to go get an iPhone 6 or even any iPhone nowadays and you want to have it for as long as you can, do not get the 16 gigabyte. Always get the 64 or 128 gigabyte. If you're kind of on a budget, definitely get the 64 gigabyte. A 16 gigabyte, you are going to have a horrible time owning it. You will always be deleting things. You won't be able to take full advantage of the phone. Definitely get a 64 gigabyte version. So all in all, is the iPhone 6 still worth it? If you can pick one up for a good deal, then definitely go pick one up. These phones are still capable of handling any apps you throw at it. My only thing is, don't get the 16 gigabyte. Unless you actually don't take photos and you don't listen to music, then yeah, then you'll be fine with the 16 gigabyte. If you want to take full advantage of your phone, definitely get the 64 gigabyte and try to get a good deal on it. But I will even go one step further and say wait for the iPhone 7 to come out, because then the iPhone 6 prices will drop down even lower, because then it'll be 2 generations old. So definitely keep that in mind. Definitely get it at least after September when the iPhone 7 comes out. I really hope you guys like this video. Let's smash that like button. Let's get like 100 likes on this. If you guys don't know, I'm dropping the top 5 apps or games videos every Monday and Friday. So if you would like to see those, they usually get better and better. I've dropped 2 already, so check out my last couple videos. I'll drop a like on those as well. I'm really trying to improve those. Those are coming every Monday and Friday, like I said. So subscribe so you can get notifications whenever those come out. Comment if you guys have any questions or concerns or just want to talk about this. I'd love to hear you guys' opinion. Subscribe to this channel too. That definitely means a ton. Add me on Snapchat. That is Simple Alpaca. I love you guys, and I hope I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.